It's already week 3 of the Spotlight Collab Challenge, you guys. Are you serious? This is going by so fast. The ladies chose Alice in Wonderland for this week's theme. Oh, thank you guys so much. You guys gave me my dream. I've been wanting to do Alice in Wonderland set for such a long time. Now, I already did my one hand. So we're going to go over doing the exact same thing to my left hand. And I'm going to go over it with you guys here. So I chose to go in with our Moonlight Madness bundle. And I love all these colors. The whole bundle is available on criminalclaws.com right now. So you guys can go over there and check us out. So the getting into like this case, right? Do you guys know who Lewis Carroll is, the author of Alice in Wonderland, and like the creepy facts surrounding him? Because I feel like it's kind of crazy. And I feel like something happened because we're just going to get into it, okay? All right. So first, I want to spotlight a lovely lady who helped pick this theme out. So lovely nail art by Nessa. Her name is Vanessa, and she does these beautiful shorties, and all the detail that she fits into them, I'm just astounded. Seriously, like I'm jealous that she can get so much art on such a small area. All her links are down in the description. You have to go check her out. Say that I sent you. I told you guys I want my besties to be besties. I told you this. And like you want to join a cult too, right? A cult that like, you know, pushes the agenda of nail art and women supporting each other. You got to love an agenda. I love this agenda. If you're going to stand for something, why not it be something that actually makes women happy? I feel like that's what I got to do. So all right, go check out Nail Art by Nessa. And then we have Mama Does Nails. And when I say this lady brings you all the codes, she brings you all the codes. Like she has McCart codes, Madame Glam, I think, Couture. Like she's got codes, you guys. Go check her out. And the fun and funky sets. Oh my God, she does so many lives with her Charm sisters. She goes and does so much content. She's in another art collab already. Like right now, she's doing an Alice in Wonderland set right now. And still like pushing out other sets for other collabs. This girl just does it all. So you guys need to go check her out because her links are down in the description box. Tell her I sent you, okay? And then we're going to get into Rose 13. So Rose Beauty, she's here on YouTube and she is on Instagram. Her links are also down below. And you guys need to go check her out because look at these cute nails that she does. And she's so beautiful. Look how beautiful she is. Oh my God, how pretty. Like seriously, you guys want to know her. I promise you want to know her. So go check her out and show her some support and love and see what these lovely ladies do for this Alice in Wonderland set. Like they're going to be doing these sets too. They're gonna come up with something on their own. None of us spoke about what we was doing. So everybody's is a surprise to each other. We just chose a theme and then we chose like we had to go off on our own and do our own little thing and surprise each other. So I have no idea what they're doing and I can't wait to see it. You guys have to go check it out. Seriously. All right, so to the facts surrounding this case, like I said, I'm going to put everything that I'm using on the screen and any information that I want to give you because I really want to go over this case and the facts surrounding it. It's crazy, and I really want you guys to see this. So, Lewis Carroll, all right, that is the author, but that is only a pen name. And I want to say, before we even begin and get into these facts, that I just want to say a disclaimer. Positions of power, religions, certain spaces are great spaces for predators to hide themselves in. So when I'm going over the facts of this, I don't want anybody to think that I am dogging Christianity, religion, babysitters, anything like that. I fully understand that these are communities of great people, but predators prey in these communities. So please don't think that I'm talking badly of any religion or any position. Not any one group is any one thing. Okay, I fully understand that. The individual in that group is its own individual self and do their own individual deeds on their own. So just that being said, disclaimer right there. I am not attacking Christianity. Ah, Lewis Carroll, you really dug yourself a hole with this one. So, looking back through history, it's not as well known as it is it's not as well known now as it was back then during his lifetime, but there was a lot of speculation about Lewis Carroll and children, and we're going to get into it because this man really had a lot of audacity. I think even for the 1800s that his actions are pretty disgusting, and how Alice in Wonderland came about is a kind of conspiracy. So Lewis Carroll was actually born as Charles Ludwig. We're not going to go into his real name though. We're just going to call him Lewis Carroll for the sake of the video and not confusing people. So Lewis Carroll, understand, Lewis Carroll. He was born into the church. His father was a clergyman and, he was raised in the church. He was never really put outside the church. He actually ended up growing up through the church. He ended up teaching at a college for church. He ended up being a great mathematician, a poet. He was a very smart man. And, it was kind of weird. People thought it was very weird the route that he chose to take in life because he could have been very, very, very rich with how smart he was. But instead, he chose to go the route of poetry and art and photography. Now, Lewis Carroll ended up falling in love with children. At early ages, he ended up being more comfortable around women and children. He was never really comfortable around men. And a lot of people say this same account. He was never comfortable around men. So Lewis Carroll grew an affinity for photography and actually photographing children. And looking back through time, people looking at his photographs, they found over 3,000 photographs. Most of these photographs are of children either in the nude or partially nude, and their poses, very provocative poses. Now, this was not common for the time, so it was kind of weird when people started going through Lewis Carroll's life, even while he was still alive. There started to be a lot of speculation about his character. Now, Lewis Carroll being in the church, his pastor, named Henry, ended up inviting him out to their home. And Henry had 4 children, 1 son, 4 daughters, one of which's name is Alice. So Henry invites Lewis Carroll to the house, and Lewis ends up taking an affinity to Henry's children. He wants to take them on outings, on boat rides. He's really, really growing fond of these children. And Henry ends up letting him take the children on boat rides, taking them out on adventures. And don't you know, during this time is when Lewis Carroll ended up writing the book Alice in Wonderland. Now, Alice in Wonderland has had many names before it came to be Alice in Wonderland. It was Alice in Elfland, Alice in the Underground, Alice in blah, blah, blah. But every time it was Alice, not any other name. So during this time of him taking Henry's children on these outings, and when I say they were children, these were prepubescent children. These were not teenagers. These were prepubescent children, 4 of them. Now, during their outings, something happened before the book was ever finished. Something happened to cause a falling out between Lewis and the Henry's family, the pastor of Lewis's church. So when the book was finished, it said that Lewis actually sent a copy of Alice in Wonderland to Henry's daughter, and Henry sent it back. He did not want his daughter to see the book. So to this day, Lewis Carroll had denied Henry's daughter being the inspiration for the book. So historians looking back, what happened for that falling out? You have a man that loves photographing children in the nude. He's obsessed with children. He likes to be around children instead of adults. He's taking these children on outings, and all of a sudden, him and his own pastor have a falling out where the pastor wants nothing to do with this man and he wants him nowhere near his children. And then we have a book that comes out about Alice in these adventures. And speculation really caused historians to think that this man really did something to this little girl. And that when the book was written and sent to Henry to protect his daughter, he had sent it back. So that's the conspiracy surrounding Lewis Carroll. What do you think about it? I really would love for you guys to put your opinions in. Personally, as a mother and protective over my children, I feel that it's not very normal for people to choose as an adult to be around children instead of adults. But children get on my damn nerves, okay? Like, they get on my nerves. I used to love my babies, like when they were babies, but once they got a mouth and could run, good Lord, like these kids would be obnoxious. So I don't really understand people who like children over adults, people who like to, now, do I understand teachers? Yes, I understand teachers. Teachers aren't taking an affinity to just children over adults. That's not the case. Like there are plenty of professions that deal with teaching or helping children that have nothing to do with you choosing to be around children over adults. I'm talking about people who literally would rather live their life around children and whimsical ideas rather than, around adults and reality and stuff like that. I do feel that that is very unnormal. But what are your thoughts? So, all right, here into the video. I saw this method of making your own little nail decals on Emily Susanna's channel. I was watching her the other day and she decided to use her phone to kind of make old English style writing, and she just used a little baggie over her phone. She pulled up an old English letter and traced it on the baggie and then used that as her decal. So I had to take it a step further. I used my phone and kind of traced a really cute little gothic version of Alice. And my idea for Alice's nightmare in Wonderland was due to the facts surrounding the creation of this, because I feel like something happened to that little girl. So I just don't see it anymore. I don't see it as this like happy and joyous movie, I feel like, or book. It kind of gets me in this position where I'm kind of uncomfortable. Knowing the facts, it makes me uncomfortable. So not all of my decals did I top coat. I top coated this one because it has so many little edges and corners and stuff, because I didn't want it to rip. So I used some top coat base coat to make it a little bit thicker so it wouldn't rip. And then I ended up making like a little bottle, a Mad Hatter, and a bunny. But I'm going to show you, I did decide to do some hand-drawn nail art because it's just simple. I went in and cleaned off my nails with alcohol, and I just decided to draw some kind of cute mushrooms and this really cute little spiral. I didn't show you drawing the spiral. I started out trying this. I'll show you. But these mushrooms were just too simple. I wasn't really going to waste any more Ziploc baggies on this when it's just too easy to draw it on myself. I literally just drew a little stem and then a little rounded top to it, the little cap to the mushroom. And I wanted to make the designs pop by using neon over the white. I always go in with neons over white to make sure that, the color pops. If you was to just go in with neon drawing, it doesn't pop like you would really want it to. Also, I kind of thought about it as a trippy way to, with Alice having blood coming out of her mouth, right? There's like a little bottle of poison, and here's these poisonous mushrooms that say, "Eat me." And, in my mind, Alice ate some of those poisonous mushrooms and drank some of that poisonous bottle. And that's what's causing her to bleed from her mouth and go crazy and be holding the knife trying to stab somebody. That's in my mind what's playing out on this set of nails, because I always like to kind of do a whole scene when I do characters. I like to kind of do a scene. So in my mind, that's what this kind of scene is saying to me. So with the Eat Me letters, I wanted them to kind of look like spray paint. So I went in with thin letters, and then when I go around it with the green, I don't just outline the white. I don't just go over the white. I kind of smeared around the edges, around the perimeter of the letters, so that it kind of looks spray painted, if that makes sense. So if you ever want to make like a spray painted look, you just write your letters or design out in white, and then make sure that you use like a jelly neon and not just cover the white, but you go all the way around so that it looks like it's got that sprayed effect. So here I'm going in and I'm doing this dumb crap, but I didn't decide to keep it. It looks too much like a peppermint. I decided to go in with a swirl. I left it in so I could show you if you ever wanted to do something like this. It reminds me of a circus when they spin that wheel. It looks like that wheel at a circus. Or the British flag. Which one do you think? Like, I'm thinking it kind of that's the reason I didn't use it. It reminded me too much of the British flag. So I decided to wipe it off and just do spirals, and everybody knows how to do spirals. But I wanted them over the glitter nail because I knew the background of glitter was gonna look so bomb. But obviously you have to cure your white polish before you go in with your jelly neons. So I went ahead and gave that a full 60-second cure, and now I'm going in with the jelly green from Beetles. I love this green. It is so bright and vibrant, especially when you put it over white. It just looks so toxic. It really does. It looks so toxic. And then here we're going to get into applying the decals. So here is our little rabbit. I wanted him to be a stuffed animal. I didn't want him to be an actual rabbit. So I go in with foil gel glue. Okay, I'm using foil gel glue from Beetles and going in and doing a very thin coat of that, curing it for 60 seconds, and then applying my decal on top of that stickiness. It gives you this great adhesion. It worked perfectly. Look at that. And then I just go in, and whatever is hanging over off the nail, I just go in and file it off. But I make sure that I'm filing downward. I don't want to file up and pull the decal away from the nail. So I just file downward, and then I clean it up with an alcohol wipe. I get all that excess stickiness around the rabbit that's still exposed. I wipe all that off with alcohol, clean the rabbit, the dust, everything. It stays on great. Like, you just make sure that you press down really well, getting all those edges sealed up. Wipe it down with alcohol and then top coat. Now, I don't go in with top coat first. If you want to, you'd probably be able to, as long as your decal is sitting perfectly flat. Or if it's a small decal, I don't think you would have a problem going in with top coat. But what I chose to do, since I made a big decal that actually hung off the edges, I went in with 2 layers of our rubber base coat from Criminal Claws. And this is a really thick base coat. So I went in with 2 layers to encapsulate the design, and then I kind of sharpened up my edges and gained my shape back and buffed over the design to make sure there was no lumps or anything sticking up from the decal. And then I went in and top coated everything. And then here you go. Nails all done. Look at this top coat reveal. So I'm obsessed with this collection, you guys. Our Moonlight Madness collection. Look at this purple. It's like a highlighter purple. And then Twilight Sparkle, the glitter. Oh my God, it shimmers in the sun. It's so reflective. I'm obsessed with this glitter. Seriously, this has got to be my favorite acrylic from any of our collections so far. And then, of course, I really like the Moon Madness glitter or kawaii acrylic, the moons and stars in it. I love it. I love this set. You guys go check out all the other lovely ladies. Check everybody out. See what everybody else chose to do. Tell me, leave us a like if you like this content. Like our video. Subscribe. I love you guys. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Bye. All right, you guys, I know some of you have asked, and the Halloween Spotlight Collab Challenge is currently looking for new artists for the upcoming challenge. All requests to join need to be received by August 3rd, 2022. Please direct message on Instagram. Make sure you direct message at Spotlight Collab Challenge with your request to join the Halloween challenges. Make sure you do if you're interested. Don't fall out on this one because this is so fun and you're going to meet so many lovely ladies and join a cult. Why not?